Welcome in, welcome in. I am here. Give me a second. I hope everybody's beautiful today. I am here. I am here. It's just having me. We're going to get started with, wait a minute. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to talk to you about why we are doing this today. First of all, I wanted to share with you what it is that I do here when I make my toothpaste. So we don't even think about oral health as physical health. We separate it. It's a cosmetic thing for most people. They want to have nice, bright smiles and beautiful teeth and all those things. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, oral health and is more than about your beautiful teeth, okay? So if you can hear me right now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you to please tap in and put the number 1 in the chat, okay? I'm going to go ahead and get this going. We just like setting the mood in here, y'all. This candle here is a cleansing candle. Definitely smells delightful. Make sure y'all hit that like button when you come in. Make sure you're hitting that like button when you're coming in. I appreciate it. All right, so now let's go ahead here and get it popping. All right, so first and foremost, I'm going to show you how I make my own toothpaste and why I'm going to tell you why I stopped buying it instead of why I stopped buying it. I can't even talk straight. I'm going to be going into that, and we're going to talk about a little bit different things as far as oral health goes. Thank you for the one, and thank you for letting me know that you can see me and hear me. Good. Very good. All right, so now first things we're going to do is I'm going to tell you about the ingredients that we're using, because we're going to be using only 4 simple ingredients in order to create your own toothpaste. We're going to doing our own toothpaste right here. Live. It's easy. It's so simple. If you're coming in, please hit the like button. And I'm going to tell you about what we're going to be using. So hold on one second. So now also I want to let you know too that based on me making this toothpaste, it's not me saying that it's anything wrong with your toothpaste, that your toothpaste is bad or anything like that. It's about choice. And when it comes down to choice, you know, different bodies respond to different things, and, you know, it's not a one size fit all. So what I'm going to tell you to do is, you know, if this fits what you like to do, then go for it, because it's definitely something that is beneficial for the body. All right, so now look, we're going to be using this aloe leaf here. As you see, this is just an aloe leaf. You can get this at any grocery store, anywhere. Pretty much most grocery stores have it. If you can't find it at your typical grocery store, you can find it definitely in the grocery stores, like international markets, things like that, okay? We also, and the aloe, just to tell you about the benefits of each one of these things that we'll be using, the aloe itself supports gum health. All right, it helps calm down inflammation. So if you got inflammation in your gums, which most people got inflammation in their mouths anyway, they don't even realize they have an inflammation is there. And then it helps like with any irritation that you might have in your mouth, and it supports the mouth tissues. Okay, so then it also restores. So it restores everything to a natural balance. This is the aloe leaf. And then the next thing we'll be using is coconut oil. Now you could buy this at any store, but I am an Amazon affiliate. You can purchase this by using the link in my description. I have all of the things that I'm using here that if I tell you other than that it's an Amazon link, you can get it in my description. I get paid for qualifying purchases, but this coconut oil is definitely a benefit. You can use it in so many different ways, but this is definitely going to be used in the toothpaste today. So it has antibacterial properties. It reduces harmful oil bacteria for like oral health. It supports the moisture and the balance, and y'all know everything is about balance. And then it's used for oil pulling. And if you're not familiar with oil pulling, we definitely will tap into that as well and what oil pulling does. All right, and then we're going to be using just baking soda. Baking soda, you can find this on any shelf in any store, Walmart, grocery store, any place, right? So Walmart, baking soda is used to neutralize the acids in the mouth. So you're neutralizing the mouth acids using and reducing the odor in your body. In your mouth. I'm saying in your body. You can use it to reduce the odor in your body too. But using it to reduce the odor in your mouth, we can all have some stinky breath at some time, and then we're going to be having, you can't see it, it was in here, cardamom. This is a natural spice, and it smells so good. It's antimicrobial. It freshens the breath. This is the part where people want to, well, how you going to keep your breath from smelling? This is it, cardamom. It's used for oral freshness. It's basically, it's almost like a double whammy because it actually supports digestion, right? And I talked to y'all, if any of y'all familiar, I talked to you about it in the video that I just recently released to the members, where we talk about the mouth is the gateway. The mouth is the first part to digestion, and this helps with digestion as well. And it's also like a mouth, gut, and breath combination. Like I said, it has like a minty freshness. So we'll be using this too. So I just introduced to you all the 4 ingredients. That's it to make some toothpaste. It's really not that it's not that deep. It doesn't take a long time. It's pretty simple. Okay. So if you're in here, I want you to drop what type of toothpaste you use. What type of toothpaste do you use on a regular basis? And how do you cleanse your mouth? What is it that you use to cleanse your mouth? Because sometimes we have, it's not about, how you might be brushing your teeth, but you might be using the wrong product, right? You use Hello. Okay. Hey, which one's pink? Welcome in. Which one's pink says, I use Hello brand. All right. And so I'm not saying that your brand, anything is wrong with your brand, but, it couldn't, and necessarily that you're not brushing your teeth properly or anything like that. It just could be the products that you're using if you're having any reaction. Yes, absolutely. Hey, Robert. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. All right, so now I have some other things on here. I have this toothbrush. The only reason I have this toothbrush here is because I'm going to talk to you about different toothbrushes and things that you use. A lot of people get firm and hard brushes. You need soft. And this is a bamboo and charcoal toothbrush, which is definitely something beneficial to you. Also, remember, all the links are in the description. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing going. And anybody else, if you could go ahead and drop for me what it is that you, toothpaste you use on a regular basis. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it as we put together this toothpaste. All right, let's talk about it. All right. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, that tastes so good. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead. I got me, for the purposes of this, I didn't want to use my old Sensodyne. Okay, Sensodyne. Is it because you use Sensodyne because you have sensitive gums? Is that the reason that you chose Sensodyne? Is because you have sensitive gums? You got sensitive teeth? Okay. All right, got sensitive teeth. All right, so let me tell you about how when you got something going on with that. Oh, let me give my disclaimer too while I'm doing this, y'all, while I'm getting this together. Please know that I am not a doctor or a dentist. I'm not giving medical advice. I am just sharing information for educational and entertainment purposes. I'm sharing my experiences. I'm definitely advising you that if you're having any issues with your health in any way, that you consult a healthcare provider. Okay, so for you here, CJ, having sensitive teeth definitely is plays a factor in you know, what you're brushing your teeth with, you know, your oral health. And, you know, I don't know if any of you really know that how important oral health is, because sensitive teeth, sensitivity, bleeding gums, these are all signs that there's some type of irritation or imbalance in your mouth, which can lead to inflammation. And if you have an inflammation, that inflammation in your body also, inflammation in your mouth also leads to North Carolina. Hey, Thurman, welcome in, North Carolina. Also leads to inflammation in your gut, inflammation in your heart, just overall inflammation in the body. So we have to make sure that we're taking care of our mouth, because it is the gateway to the rest of our health. Everything feeds through our mouth. Everything comes through our mouth. We're talking about food, water, stress, the words that's coming out of our mouths, the energy that we exude comes from our mouth, right? So let's go ahead and get to this, because y'all didn't come here to hear me chit chat on about the different I mean, well, kind of you did, but just to keep talking. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with this aloe leaf. Also, I'm using these this little bowl here. So I'm gonna set it right here. Hopefully y'all can see this. Can you see that? Can y'all see this? Let me know if y'all can see it. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. There you go. I'm gonna put it up here so y'all can see it better. There you go. There. So we'll start with the aloe, and I'm just gonna cut open the part of the aloe. Oh, you know what I didn't get? I didn't get my measuring spoons. One moment. Because I like to be accurate because of the amount I'm making. I don't want to make too much. One moment. One moment. I'm coming. One momento. Minuto. I'm coming. All right, here we go. All right, so with this aloe here, we're just gonna cut it open. I usually start at the tip of the aloe right here and just cut it open here. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Good, I'm glad y'all can see it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open up the aloe. I want you to see what it looks like. Y'all see that? See that gel? All right, so we can get what we need right out the tip of this. All right, and the first amount for the aloe, we're gonna use 2 tablespoons of this, so I might need to use the other side of it as well. So we're gonna get 2 tablespoons of it. We're gonna put it right in here. And remember, this is what supports the gum health. It's all natural. Definitely helps keeps the balance and restores the balance in your mouth. As y'all can see, I'm just pushing it in there like that. Let's see. There we go. Can you see that? Y'all see that popping in there? There you go. Good. Good. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna set this over here too so I can. All right, so we have the aloe vera in there. So now we're going to use the coconut oil, which is 1 tablespoon of that. And because this is it's solidified, I'm going to get it to calm down. So I'm going to be using, that's why I got my candle here. So I'll bring it over so y'all can see. Y'all know I be doing stuff. That's all. So we just need 1 tablespoon, and I'm gonna hold it over the candle for just a little bit, just to get it down, start to like melt a little bit. I put it out. I'm gonna drop it in there. There you go, it came back. The flame came back. All right, so But it's solidified, but that's okay. We're going to get it to come down. All right. So there, that's what we need as far as the coconut oil. Y'all about to see how easy this thing is, okay? And as you see, I keep wiping as I go. All right, so then we're going to use this baking soda next. And then I'm going to show you how to use this cardamom seeds. Yes, yes, yes. We are going to do the cardamom seeds. All right, here we go. Got y'all bent all over in there. Then we just take our spatula. Before we get into that, we're going to take our spatula. Hey, Life with Tashiria. How you doing? Woo. You just mixing it up, smishing it up, getting it to the temperature that we need it to be. Just to show you what it looks like in there. Y'all see that? Okay. You know, this doesn't make a whole lot. But typically I do make quite a bit when I make it. All right, there we go. All right, so we got that. Put that on top like that. All right, so now we're gonna put in the baking soda. So the baking soda is remember what we talked about, baking soda is neutralizing the acids in the mouth and reduces the odor. And so we only using like a half a teaspoon for this. All right. I'm gonna drop that right on in there. And then we're going to get the cardamom going. Now, y'all gonna see me, I'm using this here. Give me a second, I'm so. So I'm gonna be using, you can't see it over here, but I'm using the coffee and spice grinder. So I'm gonna take about 8 of these seeds and I'm gonna put them in here, maybe 8 to 10. I mean, you know, just gauge it. 3, 6, 9, and 1 is 10. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and close that up. And you're gonna hear me grinding it up. I'm just gonna, it's very quiet also. I'll show y'all exactly what it looks like, the spice grinder that I'm using. Because you wanna get this down as fine as possible. And you're gonna do as much as you can because then you're gonna use your pestle to make sure it's completely grounded up, okay? And because it's not so many, it's only a few of the, you know, it's only a few. Make sure y'all hitting that like button if you're coming in the room. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for being here with this vibe. Today we're talking about how important oral health is to your overall health. Okay, and we're making toothpaste. All right, we're making our own toothpaste. We're gonna go do this one more time, a couple more times. It smells so good, y'all. All right, so usually it don't take this long, y'all. I just want y'all to know that. This only doing this because I'm on here trying to get this done with y'all on the live. That's the only reason it's doing it. But while I'm sitting here doing this, I've told y'all earlier that, you know, the mouth is the gateway to your body. Remember, I'm telling you, everything goes through your mouth. Think about how much go through your mouth. Think about how many things go through your mouth. And how much your mouth picks up, how much bacteria. Now, there's good bacteria and bad bacteria. And when it comes down to your mouth, it's the same thing. So in order to get that balance, you're using things like the coconut oil helps the moisture and the balance. You're using things like baking soda to neutralize the acids. This is everything you need in order to balance out your oral health. Okay? Definitely that. All right, so now let me unplug this so I can show y'all what this looks like. Now, this is what I was using here, just to show you. It has a little lid on it, and you just, but this is what it looks like when it's all ground up. And that comes out to be about a 1/4 teaspoon. So I'm gonna drop that in there after I put it in here to this pestle, so I can make sure it's completely smashed up, because you want this as fine as possible. You don't want anything abrasive touching your teeth, messing up the enamel, things like that. So you want to make sure you have, you know, so that is as fine as possible. So using this pestle, let me show you what it looks like. Using this pestle helps break that down, okay? And that's what I'm doing now, breaking it down even more. Just making sure that I have it here. Can y'all make sure y'all like the live? Share out the vibe. If if you are aware and understand the importance of oral health, make sure you share out the vibe and like the live, okay? Y'all know I'm always cooking up something. I'm in my lab all the time. I'm not in the kitchen today, but I'm in the lab. Y'all see how I like chemistry? You see how much I like to create in my space? And the reason I create in my space like this in my own things is because I have began to learn that, when it comes even to toothpaste, ingredients matters. The ingredients that you have in your toothpaste matters, right? And it matters because you don't have to have a long list of ingredients. If you see something more than 3 or 4 ingredients on your toothpaste, then you might want to question what's going on with it, right? Some people ask questions like, well, don't you need fluoride? Don't you need... Well, all of these are natural things, and your teeth and your body produces exactly what it needs. I mean, your body produces exactly what it needs. And this is just for a cleansing of your teeth and keeping the bacteria and things out of your body. So let me show you how fine I got that. See how fine that is? We're going to go ahead and drop it on in there. All right, there we go. All right, now we're gonna stir this all up. I actually could have did it just a little bit more, honestly. I could have did a little bit more. Definitely a lot more. I guess I was trying to be modest on here. But I had just made a batch, so I really didn't want to make a lot, but I wanted to show y'all how it worked, right? So you could getting to see how that's coming together. Okay, so let me keep pushing it around. And the more you stir it in, keep it. And if you really look at it, doesn't it remind you of a toothpaste? Look at that. Right? And then when you're brushing, it's not about doing some hard, abrasive brushing. It's supposed to be mild and gentle when you're brushing your teeth. Yes. Wherever we at, we building the chemistry. Today I'm in my dining room, and I got the chemistry set out. Yep, we could do it anywhere. Typically I make this right in. I make it in my kitchen. Well, I just keeping it separate today. This smells so good and fresh and minty. And just to show you that it's definitely something that you can consume. Okay, and woo, tastes like toothpaste because it's got that minty cardamom in there that make you feel like you got fresh breath. All right, now let me show you what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead. I just want to show you. Usually I'm using these. The one I have already. I should have brought it down here, but I didn't. This is usually in a jar like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it into my smaller jar since it's only a little bit. Okay, it's only a little bit. Put this back in there. And just to kind of show y'all, these 4 ingredients that we use. I'm gonna throw this back up here just for the purposes of viewing. We use some aloe, coconut, baking soda, and cardamom. That's it. Now, how long would you can keep this if you use it? So I have mine for about what I make. I make it for to last me 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Right? So, because there's no preservatives or anything like that in it. So it's not something that you're preserving. And you got to remember, aloe is a natural ingredient. And so is the cardamom as well as the coconut oil. Now, they don't spoil or anything like that. But let me get this in this jar really quick. All right. I'll go ahead and put this in the jar. There we go. And when you use this, because, I know most people are like, well, I'm used to having a tube to spread it out. I'm used to having a tube to, create the ease of putting it on my brush. So let me show y'all what you would do. You can use a regular plastic spoon, whatever you want, if that's what you choose. But you also can use, any small spoon, anything like that. But I have a small spoon, and basically you would take that. Where's that toothbrush at? What did I do with it? What did I do with that toothbrush? Oh, right here. Yeah, I'll use this one. I'll just start a new toothbrush when I go upstairs. All right, so just to kind of show you how it works. First of all, let me show you the toothpaste up close. And there it is, okay? There it is. All right, that's the toothpaste. All right, and so you would just take a spoon like so. Because I know we got a lot, we have it misconstrued. We really do think that we need to have a lot of toothpaste on our toothbrush. And we think we're supposed to have that foaming action, and it's really not necessary. That is the foaming action that they have is, I forgot the name of it, but what they put into your ingredients to give it to foam doesn't have any it doesn't have any extra cleansing experience to it. I mean, it's just foaming. So it's actually a synthetic item that they put in there. But what you would do here is, of course, I still wet my toothbrush. And I'll probably take y'all through one of my toothbrush things too as well. I'll show y'all that. Any of you that are not members of the tribe, you can definitely join by hitting the little $ next to at the bottom there. If you join the tribe, you definitely be looking at this whole series. I told you I just released a video on the gateway, how your mouth is actually the front door to your health. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this on here like so. Just like that. There it is. Toothpaste on the toothbrush. See? And just like that, you're ready to brush your teeth. Okay? So just want to show you that you don't have to go through so many hoops and loops and dupes. Because some people think, actually, doing something natural takes a lot of effort. But if y'all look, I'm done. And it was less than, I put that together in less than 15 minutes. Less than 15 minutes. 15-minute, 4-ingredient, make your own toothpaste. Do it yourself toothpaste. I mean, there's no way to lose with this. There's no way to lose. Again, like I told you, if you're interested in the series that we're talking about, the oral health, how important it is for the rest of the body, and the different ways that you can begin to cleanse your body, then cleanse your mouth to improve your oral health. Make sure you tap in. Like I said, there is a link over here, not a link, I'm sorry. There is a there is a $ on the side here. You just hit the $ and choose to join the membership. If you join the membership, you definitely will see all of the extras that I'm telling you. I'm going to take you through the oil pulling, and I told you I would talk about oil pulling. So let's talk about it really quick before we close out here. So oil pulling is, I do it 3 times a week. First start oil pulling, let me tell you, or when I first start oil pulling, it was probably about 2 years ago. I start oil pulling. I was doing it on a daily basis, and that's because I was having receding gums. I had a lot of different issues. I'm not telling you that these are things that it will help you with. This is my experience, okay? So I had receding gums. I had some cavities that had showed up. I mean, you'll notice that I have teeth missing because I had cavities in there and things like that. But when I started using oil pulling, it was a game changer. It made the inflammation in my mouth go away. My gums weren't super hyper red, and inflamed. So that's why coconut oil is very major. It helps to balance out the bacteria, and then it lifts so that it can bind the bacteria. It binds the bacteria in the mouth and it lifts it. So after you do oil pulling, you do that before you even brush your teeth. So after you do the oil pulling and you brush your teeth gently, you're not, gently, then you you swish it around in your mouth. That's what oil pulling is you're just swishing the oil, coconut oil around in your mouth for about, to start out. If you're just new with it, we'll talk more about it. How about that? I'll go in more detail about how to actual oil pull. And we'll be doing that on the channel, in the membership as well. So oil pulling, once you put it in and you brush your teeth as you normally do, you also would scrape your tongue. You would do a lot of different things in order to, cleanse that out of get that bacteria out. Then once you do that, you're going to, twice a week. I do mine 3 times a week. See, Get Healthy Now Mastery says she was doing oil pulling daily. Now she's doing it at least twice a week. I do mine 3 times a week, and I do it because originally I did it every day because I was literally trying to balance out my mouth, get it back to homeostasis, my mouth ecosystem, make it work like it's supposed to. That's where I was at with that, because I do understand. And, as we begin to know things, become aware of things, we begin to know that if we take our time, we begin to heal ourselves piece by piece, day by day, habit by habit, and everything is connected. From the head, the top of our head to the bottom of our feet, it's all connected. So even what we're talking about as far as our oral health is definitely connected. So we have to know that being aware of this is something that I was not aware. How about that? I was not aware. I didn't know how to become aware of certain things. And when I did, I created a list, right? I created a list to put things together for myself. And what that list looks like is called I have a free 7-day reset. It's a mind and body reset. It keeps you top of mind and aware. You go through it for 7 days, bringing you back to, being aware of things that we don't pay attention to. If you paid attention to this, the fact that, we didn't even think about, we never, when we keep talking about health, we never talk about oral health. We never talk about the mouth. And the mouth is the main source. That's where we're putting the food that we are talking about being healthy about for the diets and the things like that. But do you ever think about how the oral health ties back to that? The oral health ties back to everything, you know, because if you're not digesting your food properly, it's because you weren't chewing your food properly, and you probably weren't chewing your food properly because of the inflammation or irritation in your mouth that was causing you not to be able to, you know, chew your food up and get it the first part of digestion going. So all of these things play a part, because then when the digestion is off, the gut health is off. And when the gut health is off, the whole microbiome is off. So you have a whole lot of things. You can do so many things. You could try probiotics and all those things. But guess what? If we don't attach to the things that need to be attached to, which is being aware of all the things that work together for our health, then we would lose track of that. So like I said, in that 7-day reset that I'm telling you about, is free. The link is in my my actual bio on my channel. So if you go to the channel and click it, you will see it's free. It doesn't cost you anything, and do it. Go through it. You will see that that reset will allow you to see things a lot differently because you're more aware. Okay. Does oil pulling remove your current feelings? Does it help with current cavities? Okay. So, Dennis, I think that's what it says. I'm sorry. Danae. I'm gonna call you D, just so you know who I'm talking to. Yeah, so when it comes to oil pulling, again, I'm not giving medical advice. In my experience, it did help with my cavities. I had got diagnosed by my dentist for 2 cavities, one here and one up there. And I was tired of losing teeth. I'm not a put a feeling in my mouth, put feelings in my mouth. I'm just not that. So I'm like, pull the tooth. I don't want it. You know, if it's got to have a feeling, if it's all rotted out, you know, they're like, you can save it. And I'm not that person. I've never been that person. I don't know why, just never been. And so I had that, and I already started my journey on looking into health and wellness and how I can, you know, live better, be better, and show up better for myself. I was already there. So I said, well, I'm sure there's a way that I can look and see how I can, you know, there's got to be a natural way to maybe, even if it wasn't to get rid of, but maybe to reverse the action of it going into a rotting stage, right? So I'd actually oil pulled for 2 months consecutive. And I had a follow-up where I was supposed to go in, quote unquote, and get the feeling. So of course they don't do another x-ray when you go in because it costs you to do x-rays, right? So and so I didn't go, they wouldn't give me another x-ray, but I asked the dentist if he could look and see if it was still as, you know, because I don't know, but I know I didn't have any pain. This one right here was giving me all the pain in the world. And I was like, I didn't have any more pain. So I was thinking, and he was like, well, he says, it seems to be, you know, it seems to be better. Like this one was like, seems to be better. He's like, but it's not, it didn't reverse, it didn't take the cavity away. He's like, it still has a cavity, you know, because they use a little pricker thing to put into your teeth. So he pricking it and he pushing it, and he was like, but it's not as deep as it was. Like, you know, he's like, it's not as deep, which was a sign for me. I said, oh, okay. He says, maybe we looked at it wrong. And I just left him with that thought process. Because I once before went to a different dentist where I had talked about oil pulling, and they just like knocked it down and told me it was a myth. And so I decided to try it for myself. Happy Friday to you, Frugal Mama. I decided to try it for myself. And after I tried it for myself and saw the results, I saw that my inflamed gums that I had, I'm telling you, like my gums were like swollen up over the top of my teeth, like that. It was like really swollen. So the inflammation went down tremendously. My gums changed color. They went from hot red to a mild pink. So this is telling me that, hey, darling, welcome in. Peace and wellness. You're absolutely welcome, Danae. You're welcome, definitely. D, I'm going to call you D. Yes, please go to the bio and check that out. It's a link there. It's the link tree. You just click the link tree and it'll say 7-day reset. It's free. You click on it and you can download it. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. And thank you for taking in the information and understanding how important oral health is, because it is, okay? And I want you to know that because your mouth connects, I'm going to leave it right here, because your mouth connects to everything in your system, your digestion system, your gut, everything. It's a direct. If you have too much of the bad bacteria, it'll go into your bloodstream, which cannot be a good thing, right? It impacts that, so that can't be a good thing. This is going to impact your overall systematic health, okay? So making your own toothpaste is just a start, and it's just a place where you can choose to do something a little different. Oil pulling, using the coconut oil by itself. All I do is a teaspoon, and it can be solidified. Put it in and swish it around. If you are interested in more information on oil pulling, I will be covering this on the members, the membership, under the membership. So if you're not a member, you can go ahead and join today, and appreciate the support to the channel. For all the members that's in here, thank you for being here today. I see Margie is in here, Get Healthy Now Mastery. Thank you for supporting the channel. And we are all alchemists. Excuse me. We are all alchemists. Give me a moment. I want to show y'all my cup. I'm drinking a cup of sunshine, baby. But we're all alchemists. And alchemist means transforming and creating something from something else, right? So we created this today as alchemists together, and we made our own toothpaste. All right, so definitely that. Thank you. I love it. Inside is inscripted. It says a cup of sunshine. All right, so with that being said, y'all, I want y'all to all have a beautiful day. I appreciate you being here. If you have any questions, I definitely ask you to please drop them in the, after the live is over, go back to the original and drop your questions there. I'll be glad to answer them. I'll either answer them on live or answer them right there on the, on the post, okay? And then check out my community post too. I'm sorry, I'm just making announcement after announcement. Check out the community post too. I do post there quite frequently about what's going on the channel. So if you have you like this vibe over here and you've never been here, welcome. So I'm sorry for not welcoming you in early. Welcome in if you've never been to Queen's Alchemy's channel. And if you have been here, welcome back. And if you feel so inclined and you like the vibe, I tell you, you know what? Go ahead and subscribe, okay? My cute little jars, all of these jars, everything I have is, you can find it in my link on Amazon. I have the jars listed. These are little mason jars. This is what I have for my 2-week blend here. This is my 2-week blend, is in something like this, but it's upstairs. In my bathroom. But I just did this so I can show y'all how to create the toothpaste live here so that y'all know how to use it. Hopefully this comes to you as a benefit, right? So with that being said, everybody have a beautiful and wonderful day. I'll see all of you tomorrow because we will be in the kitchen, which is my laboratory. We will be in the kitchen. And I put a post up asking what did you want me to cook. I got two. I got a 50-50. So I got to go with my member who stated she wants to see me create in my lab tomorrow the sweet potato nachos. So make sure y'all tap in. I'm going to be making sweet potato nachos. They are going to be fire. So make sure y'all tap in to see that at 5:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. The post will be up so y'all can follow it and just get notified when it starts. I'll see y'all later. Make sure y'all check out all the stuff I dropped this week. I have 2 videos on awareness. I have 2 videos that's dropped this week, so make sure y'all go back and check out those videos too. A lot of gems being dropped in that information, y'all. A lot of gems. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a beautiful rest of your day. And thank you again for, remember, over here at Queen's Alchemy, we focus on the mind, body, and spirit. So I'll see y'all on the next live. See y'all tomorrow.